وكذلك أوحينا إليك روحا من أمرنا ما كنت تدري ما الكتاب ولا الإيمان ولكن جعلناه نورا نهدي به من نشاء من عبادنا وإنك لتهدي إلى صراط مستقيم صراط الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ألا إلى الله تصير الأمور.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى لا سيما المصطفى. Praise be to Allah. We praise Him and we seek His help. Whomsoever Allah guides is the truly guided one, and whomsoever Allah leaves astray, no one can show him guidance. May the best peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Dear viewers everywhere, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to a new episode of Correct Your Recitation. In the beginning, I would like also to welcome our guests here at the studio, Brother Farouk all the way from Australia, Abdullah from France, and Shindi from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to a new episode of Correct Your Recitation. As it is always our tradition, we begin by refreshing our memories. In the last episode, we tackled one of the rules of Nun al-Sakina and At-Tanween, which was?
Al-Izhar.
Al-Izhar. What does it mean?
Is to make clear.
To make clear. To make what clear? To pronounce, clear. What?
The letter.
Which letter?
Comes after the Nun Sakina or the Tanween.
Oh, to pronounce clearly Nun Sakina or At-Tanween in addition to the following letter as well. But our main focus is on Nun Sakina and At-Tanween. There is some sort of similarity between Nun Sakina and At-Tanween, and that's why they undergo the same rules. Can you remind us of the similarity between both of them?
Maybe because they have the same articulation point between the Nun and Nun Sakina. It sound the same when we say it.
They do have the same articulation point. It's important to notice that Tanween is not a letter, but it gives just the sound of the letter of the Nun, and that's why they share the same ruling. Yet there are some differences between Nun al-Sakina and At-Tanween, which we discussed in details last time. Abdullah, can you remind us of some of them?
The Tanween is not a written letter. It's just like, for example, the harakat, like the vowels.
So the sound of At-Tanween is not stated in writing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. While the Nun is stated.
The Tanween always comes at the end of the words.
Exactly. While the Nun may come in the middle or by the end, like when we say min, okay, or minhum, it comes in the middle, okay?
The Tanween is only on the nouns.
The Tanween comes only in nouns,
Yeah.
not verbs, not letters, right? While the Nun, we observe the Nun happening to be in a verb or in a noun, or what we call it a letter, a preposition, like the word min, right? Okay. Today, inshallah, we're scheduled to study together the second rule of the rules of Nun al-Sakina and At-Tanween, which is called Idgham. But before we begin, I'd like to remind the viewers of our phone numbers. So inshallah, once we're done with the explanation of the second rule of Nun al-Sakina and At-Tanween, we'll be happy to take your phone calls and participation. The phone number, once again, is area code 002-02-38-555-248 or 249. The phone number, once again, area code 002-02-38-555-248 or 249. And by the way, we have an email address that you can email us, inform us about your feedback, questions and concerns, and suggestions as well, at tajweed@huda.tv. Tajweed spells at TAJWEED at huda.tv. Now, brothers and sisters, the second rule of the rules of Nun al-Sakina and At-Tanween is Al-Idgham. Al-Idgham is an Arabic word which literally means, in English, merging or insertion. To merge something into another. And basically here it means to merge a letter into another letter. Which letter will be merged into which letter? That will be determined by understanding the applied meaning of the second rule of an-nun as-sakina and at-tanween, which is idgham. Basically, when we have two letters meet, one sakin letter, and the word sakin means non-vowel, doesn't have neither fatha nor dhamma nor kasra, rather it has a sukoon. Okay? Then it's followed by another letter that is a vowel letter, has either one of the previous vowels, fatha, dhamma, kasra. Okay, when the two letters meet, we tend to merge the sakin letter, the non-vowel letter, into the voweled letter. And they will be pronounced at the second one, not the first one. So basically the exact meaning of al-idgham is the meeting of a second non-vowel letter with a mutaharrik or a vowel letter, so that the two letters become one. And when I say one, we write a shadda. This is a symbol of emphasizing the letter, because the first one will not be pronounced, and the second one would take the duty of pronouncing both letters in one. So that's why we'll make it up by applying shadda. If you see this symbol, like the beginning of the letter sin, accompanied by any other vowel such as fatha, dhamma or kasra on the second letter, of course, so that it will be pronounced as the second letter, but with shadda, meaning emphasized. Okay. When we talked about idhar, we said, what determines the rule of an-nun as-sakina or at-tanween? Abdullah? We said there are 4 rules.
Yeah.
There is idhar, idgham, and inshallah in the future we'll study the ikhfa, hiding, concealing, then the qalb or changing. Okay. What determines really the rule?
The letter?
The letter that follows
The nun.
either the nun
Or
as-sakina,
or at-tanween.
not any nun, we're just talking about a nun as-sakina, which is non-vowel, or at-tanween.
Yeah.
Okay. We said in the case of idhar, there were 6 letters. Once any of them would follow either a nun as-sakina or at-tanween, we must pronounce both of them clearly. Make clear, idhar, right? Can you remind us with these 6 letters?
الحروف الحلقية, the
Exactly, and he said halqiyya because they come from the throat.
The throat.
Okay.
Yeah. الحاء والخاء والعين والغين والهاء
The
والهمز.
easiest way to memorize them is in order, according to the places of articulation, the nearest, the middle, and
The
the farthest. So hams and ha,
And
ayn and ha, ghayn and kha, not in the same order of the Arabic alphabet. So we had 6 letters which determine the fate of the nun or at-tanween with idhar, once any of them would follow either a nun as-sakina or at-tanween. Today we have also another 6 letters, a pack of 6 letters. Whenever any of them would follow a nun as-sakina or at-tanween, then we must merge a nun as-sakina or at-tanween
in the
into
letter, which is
this following letter, which follows it immediately, with a few exceptions which we'll explain in details inshallah in a few minutes from now. But first of all, what are these 6 letters? The 6 letters, we deducted 6 letters from the Arabic alphabet last time, and this time we deduct another 6 letters. These are the idgham letters. They are put together to make up the word yarmaluna. Don't ask about its meaning, because it doesn't concern us. The meaning of the word, it doesn't really concern us. What concerns us that these letters which make up this word are the letters of idgham. The letters are the ya and the ra, the mim and the lam, the waw and the nun. Then there is a subdivision, subgroups. Out of these 6 letters, there are 4 letters which will make the idgham a little different than the other 2 letters. Basically, the difference is focused in one thing, which is pronouncing what we call it ghunna. What is the ghunna? We spoke about it before several times, which we may say in English it is a nasalization, or that sounds which comes, the sound that comes from the top of the nose. Okay? With certain letters. And by the way, the ghunna is very diagnostic to the Quran. You will not find the pronunciation or the sound of the ghunna in any other speech nor in any other language, even in the Arabic language itself. When we speak our regular speech or read in any book, we don't pronounce the ghunna whenever it is due, only in the Quran. So it's very diagnostic to the Quran. The sound of the ghunnah comes with certain letters, and it is very characteristic to mainly two letters, the mim and the noon. Before I practice the ghunnah, I would like to tell you that we measure it with a very accurate measure, time-wise. We measure it by either folding the fingers or letting them go. So, if my hands stretch out like this, and fingers likewise, then I like to practice the ghunnah and see how long would it take. It is two measures, by folding the fingers or opening them. Let's take the word inna. The word inna has two letters, the alif and the noon. And this noon, basically, brothers and sisters, were two noons. One which is sakin, and the second has a vowel which is fatha. So we merged the noon which is non-vowel, the second, into the noon which is mutaharrik, not to write two noons, and we pronounce them as one. And we made it up by adding the ghunnah, that sound of nasalization which comes from the nose, or al-khushu. So let's practice. I will say inna. I just folded two fingers. Again, I would like the camera to focus on my fingers while I'm folding two of them to measure the length of the ghunnah. Inna. Or by opening them. Inna. When we come to measure this accurate measure, time-wise, we'll find that the two movements are equal to 1 second. So we say, inna. Somebody is going to say, well, every time there is a ghunnah, that I have to fold my fingers or let go, or what about in the salah? Well, by practice you find it very easy and affordable, and you don't even pay attention to measuring it anymore.
Used to do it.
Exactly. Similar to the mudud, which is a whole long chapter that we'll tackle in the future, inshallah. So now we divided the letters of al-idgham into two subcategories. Some letters which would cause the noon or at-tanween to be merged into them, in addition to pronouncing the ghunnah. And some letters would lead to hiding, concealing, merging the noon completely into them, and it will not leave any traces to the noon. These two letters are two letters, the ra and the lam. So basically, the idgham will be classified according to that into either idgham that's accompanied by ghunnah, we call it idgham with ghunnah. Its letters are put together to make up the word yanmu, the ya, the noon, the mim, and the waw. Then there is another category or subdivision, which is two letters would cause the noon or at-tanween to be inserted completely into them without leaving any traces and without pronouncing any ghunnah. So swiftly we will merge or insert or immerse the noon or the sound of at-tanween into these two letters. And I understand it might appear difficult, yet when we come to practice we'll find it very, very easy. This is a very easy matter for those whom Allah will make it easy for them. And imagine that you're doing the best deed ever by learning how to recite properly the word of Allah the Almighty. By practice, everything will become affordable. So let's practice. We stated that there is noon sakina and there is tanween. Yeah. So why don't we begin by taking the examples of noon sakina followed by any of the letters of the word yanmu, which will cause idgham accompanied with ghunnah. Then practice. The first example here is the two words فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ. في سورة الزلزلة, Allah the Almighty says فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ. This is informal reading, but when we come to recite it properly, then we notice that there is a noon. I wrote it in red to explain this noon is our target, and it is noon sakina. How do you know? Because it is bare. In the case of idhar, we said we put the sukoon on top, to announce this is idhar. In the case of idgham, or even the following rule, which is ikhfa, the noon will appear bare, without any vowel, even without the symbol of sukoon. Then the following letter is ya, right? Oh, well, ya is one of the 4 letters which make up the word yan. Then the rule here is idgham with ghunna. How to read it? Listen carefully, they repeat after me. I will say فَمَن يَعْمَلْ فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. Why am I using my fingers? To count or to measure the length of the ghunna. So when I hide, when I merge the noon into the ya, it will remain some of its traces, its sound, which is the ghunna. فَمَن يَعْمَلْ فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. Right? فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. So it is wrong to say فَمَن يَعْمَلْ, because I did not give the proper ghunna its measure. And it's also wrong to say فَمَن يَعْمَلْ, because I prolonged the ghunna than it deserves. The proper ghunna is only 2 harakas, by moving your fingers, folding them, or opening them. فَمَن يَعْمَلْ. Would like to listen to it from you?
فَمَن يَعْمَلْ.
Again?
فَمَن يَعْمَلْ.
And I would like to see your fingers practicing how to measure the ghunna as well.
فَمَن يَعْمَلْ.
Excellent. Next example. I don't have to say it. Why don't you say it, Shindi?
إن نظن.
Perfect. Abdullah.
إِن نَظُنُّ.
Why do you do that?
Why do I do what?
Yes. Why do you do idgham and why do you do the ghunna?
Because the noon, first of all, is sakina.
Exactly. Nun sakina.
And then the
followed immediately by
a noon, which is part of the letters yanmu.
Exactly. So the rule is?
The rule is idgham
with
a ghunna.
Exactly. So it's not sufficient to say idgham, because idgham has a last name. It could be idgham with ghunna or idgham without ghunna. What determines that? The following letter. Well, brothers and sisters, short break and we'll be back very soon, so please stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Recite it every day and do read it loud. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah.
The religion of Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, and the majority of that growth is taking place right here in the United States of America. According to most reliable estimates, there are more than 7 million Muslims living in the United States of America. Muslims have become valuable and vital assets to the American society. So please join me as I travel around America and introduce you to a few of the many Muslims in America.
Rasul of Allah, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger.
When you are weak and the road seems long, remember, just remember, seek strength.
We're looking at the names of Allah from the perspective of not only their understanding, knowing what they are, knowing what they mean, but also looking at how they should impact on our lives. We should gain from it a sense of Allah, the vastness of Allah's mercy, how it encompasses every aspect of His creation. Al-Malik, Al-Malik, and Al-Malik. Al-Malik translated as the sovereign Lord, Al-Malik, the owner, and Al-Malik, the king. In the names of Allah.
Allah is the only guide. When your heart is breaking and your pain makes you fall, remember, just remember, Allah sees it all.
Recite it every day and do read it loud.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back. Let's resume practicing some of the examples concerning النون الساكنة والتنوين followed by any of the idgham letters. We're still reading and studying al-idgham with غنة. So the letters which whenever they follow النون الساكنة or التنوين, they cause idgham with غنة, are put together to make up the word
ينمو.
ينمو, exactly. And we took the letter ya and nun. Now, in this example, we have the letter mim following immediately, and nun is sakina. So how will we read it? We'll say mimma. Here there is idgham and there is ghunna as well. Idgham, we merge the nun sakina into the following letter, which is the mim. And the next example is a nun sakina followed by the letter
Wow.
Wow. Abdullah, can you read it?
The first one or the second
The
one?
second one.
Miwali.
Okay. Very important notes that Abdullah just inspired me with, which is the ghunna itself undergoes the tafkhim and the tarqiq. Sometimes we pronounce it as very deep and sometimes as very light. We spoke before about the characteristic of tafkhim and tarqiq. What will really determine the fate of the ghunna, whether it will become deep or light, is the following letter. If it is a mufakham letter, then the ghunna accordingly will be mufakhama. If it is a muraqqaq letter, such as the waw. The waw is a very light letter. We say aw, aw. Remember the articulation point of the waw? So that's why the ghunna here, Abdullah, would be muraqqaqa. And that's why we say min wali, min wali, min wali. The ghunna to haraka measures 1 second, and idgham, we put or we merge the noon into the waw. The following set of examples are related to the idgham with ghunna, but concerning the tanween followed by any of these letters. Right? And we said before that the tanween comes only by the end
of the word.
As a matter of fact, in the case of idgham, you're not going to see idgham within the same word, because when that happens, it will change the meaning of the word. And this is the exception, as I started by saying that there will be a few exceptions which you might tackle in this episode or in the following, insha'Allah Azza Jal. If we have time in this episode, we'll do that. So the first example concerning at-tanween followed by any of the idgham with ghunna letters put together in the word yanmu. The first letter is the ya. We say fi khawdi yal'abun. Abdullah?
في خوض يلعبون.
Exactly. Shindi?
في خوض يلعبون.
Wonderful. There is ghunna to haraka ya faru. Okay. The next letter, the next example, there is a tanween. Regardless what letter is carrying the tanween, whether it's fatha or dhamma or kasra, and followed by a noon. Oh, well, the noon is one of the letters of the word yanmu. So the ruling must be idgham with ghunna. I would like you to notice a very interesting thing. Look how I wrote the tanween and compare this format to the tanween which I wrote in the previous episode concerning idhar. Do you remember anything?
The tanween with izhar was like...
well, if you write it, the viewers are not going to see it. Abdullah?
It's parallel.
It's parallel. Yeah. But in the case of idgham, and also in the following hukm, which is ikhfa, we'll see the tanween, one vowel is ahead of the second. Like here, one vowel is ahead of the second. خَوْضِي يَلْعَبُونَ. And the second example, 2 kasras. شَيْءٍ نُكُرْ. One kasra is ahead of the second. So when you see that, automatically you realize that it could be idgham or it could be ikhfa. So how do you know it's idgham or ikhfa? The following letter here is a nun. So it is idgham, and not only idgham, idgham with ghunna, which we call it in Arabic idghamun bi ghunna. Okay? Next example. Abdullah.
قول معروف.
Wonderful. Okay, Farouk, what happened here?
The tanween, the dhamma tanween.
Excellent. And you also notice that how I wrote the two dhammas here. Two dhammas, one of them is ahead of the other. In the case of idhar, there was one dhamma and it has a hood or a cover on top of it. But now when you see the two dhammas following one another, but one of them is ahead, that is either idgham or ikhfa. How do you know it is either one of them? Oh, the following letter is a meme. Then it must be idgham with ghunna. Okay, the next example, Shindi.
لهب وتب.
What about the whole verse?
تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب.
Wonderful. إدغام بغنة, because the word لهب ended with tanween, and it is followed by the letter immediately with the letter waw, so it must be إدغام with غنة. Next. كلوا من رزقي. Oh well, now we're tackling the two letters which would lead to idgham but without غنة. So that means we will merge the noon or at-tanween completely and swiftly into either the ra or the lam without any traces of the sound of the noon, even the غنة. So that's why we say كلوا من رزقي right away. كلوا من رزق ربكم. كلوا من رزق ربكم, non-stop. You know what? If I ask anyone to write whatever I say without looking, then they're going to write كلوا من رزقي, meme followed by ra. That's a complete idgham. Because inshallah also we'll learn that the idgham itself is also classified into two categories. There is a complete idgham and there is an incomplete idgham. The complete idgham when the noon or at-tanween is completely merged or immersed into the following letter, mainly the ra and the lam, and the noon and the meme. Why? Because it doesn't leave any of its traces. Mir rizqi. Farouk. Mir rizqi.
Mir rizqi.
Exactly, swiftly. There is no ghunna. Okay. That was with the noon, followed by the ra. And now at-tanween in the word ghafurun, followed by the ra. So we will say ghafurur rahim. Ghafurur rahim. Not non-stop. If you stop, you create a ghunna. And this is not proper because this is idgham without ghunna. May I hear it from you, Shindi?
غفور رحيم.
Non-stop. Again.
غفور رحيم.
Great. Abdullah?
غفور رحيم.
That is even better. Farouk?
غفور رحيم.
Wonderful. Okay, remains for us out of the idgham without ghunna examples, the lam. Noon followed by the letter lam. Did I say noon? It must be noon what? Sakina. Not any noon. Noon, sakina, followed by the letter lam. It will be milladunhu, milladunhu. So if I would like to write it down according to the sound, I will drop the noon and I will write it lam right away. Milladunhu. That is complete idgham. Idghamun kamil. The noon is sakina is followed by the letter lam, and it's also idgham without ghunna. Wonderful. What about taking the last example with the tanween followed by the letter lam, so we can start reading from Surah Al-Kahf. Well, this is a very famous verse of Surah Al-Humazah, where Allah the Almighty says, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. And luckily we have two
tanweens
idgham without ghunna. The first is in the letter, in the word وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ, where it ended up with two dhammas. So that's a tanween, followed by the letter
lam.
So say وَيْلٌ لِي, وَيْلٌ لِي, وَيْلٌ لِي, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ. Then هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ, هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Farouk, can you read it? The whole thing.
وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ.
Okay, we're racing against time. So now let's begin reading of Surah Al-Kahf. A quick reminder. Last time I asked my dear respected brothers and sisters to try with us to memorize 5 verses by 5 verses as we go by in Surah Al-Kahf. So I hope that all of you, not just most of you, have done so. And inshallah today we'll read first the 5 verses in addition to the new 5 verses as well, and we'll practice 2 rules, which is Adhar and
Idgham.
Idgham. Are you ready to follow me?
Yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا
الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا
قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين
قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين.
Did you notice that there is idgham without ghunna in the word من لدنه? من لدنه, we merged the noon completely in the following letter, which is the lam. ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا
ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا
ماكثين فيه أبدا
ماكثين فيه أبدا
وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا
وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا
ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم
ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم
كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم
كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم
إن يقولون إلا كذبا
إن يقولون إلا كذبا.
There is idgham with ghunna where
من علم
إن يقولون and also idgham with ghunna in the 2 words من علم ولا. There is tanween followed by
واو.
the waw, and the waw is one of the 4 letters of the word
ينمو.
so there is idgham with ghunna. فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا
فلعلك باخع نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا
إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم
إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها
لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا
لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا
وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا
وإنا لجاعلون ما عليها صعيدا جرزا
أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا
أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا
إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة
إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة
فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا
فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا.
Well, we'll stop right there as far as reading and also as a homework to be memorized until next episode, inshallah. Meanwhile, while waiting for our viewers to participate through their phone calls, I would like to remind you with our phone number once again. That's 002-0238-555-248 or 249. And inshallah, once we return back from this short break, we'll be happy to take your phone calls. I'll leave you right there. Please stay tuned. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Recite it every day and do read it loud.
My name is Sharif Tuni and this is brought to you from Huda TV. In today's edition we'll be discussing about the day and night.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala equated the samawat with darkness, the firmament with darkness, and equated the earth with light. Why? Are there really pillars that cannot be seen?
Or is it an unseen pillar?
Everything is running, but the relationships are fixed.
Yes.
So that it would appear to people as if nothing is running, you see. We are destroying our environment with our own hands. And that's why the Quran says, ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون.
Living in the West. These series of programs are going to be looking at the Muslim minorities living in the West, their vision, the strategy of living in the West. What should they do? Participate with the West? Should they go into society?
We are Muslims and we are following the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he received a revelation, he had a strategy. Allah Jalla wa Ala revealed a strategy to him. Allah Jalla wa Ala taught him a strategy. He was not giving just a da'wah in general without having a strategy, without knowing what he wants to achieve. Our aim as individual or our aim as a society is to establish Tawheed in all levels, and also to establish Tawheed in all spheres of life.
See the cities share the land.
I heard that you were a businessman. What is a businessman? My turn, his turn, my turn, his turn, my turn, his turn. That was fun.
Oh, there you go.
Where did I hit?
It's a mirror's wide world. It's a mirror's wide world.
Recite it every day and do read it loud.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome back. I'd like to remind you with our phone numbers so that you can reach us at 002-0238-555-248 or 249. You can also email us at tajweed@huda.tv. tajweed@huda.tv. I gave the brothers, while we have our break, a little homework to search for every idgham, either with ghunna or without ghunna, in the first 10 verses which we studied. While we're waiting for your phone calls, inshallah, we'll study that together and we'll see what did they find.
Can I start?
Let's begin with you.
Okay. We have قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ.
Okay, in the second line, right?
Yeah.
قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ. That is idgham
without ghunna.
Without ghunna. Make certain whenever you say idgham, it's not sufficient just to say idgham. It's like you say Muhammad. We have several Muhammad here. There's Muhammad Shindi, there's Muhammad Salah. So you have to give the last name, right? To diagnose the ruling exactly. So there is idgham
Without غنة.
Without غنة. Why?
Tanween followed by the letter lam,
Exactly.
which is
one of the two letters which cause idgham.
Without غنة.
So we'll say قيما لينذر. قيما لينذر. Right? Okay. Abdullah, did you find any?
Straight after من لدنه.
من لدنه, and we spoke about it. Okay, another example.
Another example, verse 5.
Verse number 5.
من علم ولا لآبائهم.
من علم ولا. So we must pronounce the غنة, and we'll measure it with two harakas. So we say من علم ولا. من علم ولا. That's actually the first line of the second page if you have the Quran, the copy of Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara. So in verse number 5 there is idgham with غنة, tanween followed by the letter waw. Okay, next. Farouk, did you find any?
I found one in ayah number 10.
Ayah number 10.
من
Take us
لدنك.
all the way to the end. Okay. من لدنك. Right?
من لدنك رحمة.
So that is idgham with غنة or without غنة?
Without one.
Okay, we'll talk about that after we take this phone call. Sister Ambreen from Oman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sheikh, can I go ahead?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Which ayah, the first 5 or the one just?
I would like for you to begin with ayah number 6. So we resume from where we stopped last time.
Alright, okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولعلك باقٍ نفسك على آثارهم إن لم يؤمنوا بهذا الحديث أسفا إن جعلنا على الذين تلها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا.
أحسن, right away. Do not prolong the scene, or otherwise it would appear as there is an alif. أحسن عملا.
أحسن عملا.
Great.
وإن لجائرون ما عليها صيدا جرذا.
Okay, every time, Sister Ambreen, you see a noon that has a shadda or meme, then we must apply the ghunna. We pronounce the ghunna along with it, because actually it was two noons or two memes. So we must say وَإِنَّا لَجَاعِلُونَ. You stop, you pause for two harakas. وَإِنَّا. Then you move on, okay?
Okay. وَإِنَّ لَجَائِلُونَ مَا عَلَيْهَا صَيْدًا جُرُذًا.
That's much better.
أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا في آياتنا عجبا إذ أوى الفتيات إلى الكهف وقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا.
Wonderful, but I would like for you to repeat the last ayah, noticing that the word al-fitya, there is just mere zabar or fatha on top of the ya, so you do not prolong it. You don't say al-fitya, rather you say إِذْ أَوَى الْفِتْيَةُ right away, okay?
إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا.
بارك الله فيك وجزاك الله خيرا. May Allah bless you so much. Now I would like to add a very important information here. Whenever I say that there is a ghunna, always whenever you see the noon or the meme with shadda, that symbol, accompanied with fatha, dhamma, kasra, regardless. But once you see the shadda on the noon or the meme, that indicates that basically there were two noons. One non-voweled, that comes number one, the first. And the second is voweled, regardless of its vowel. So when we have two letters of the same, we merge the first, which is non-voweled or sakin, into the second. And we add the shadda. we'll resume with that once we're finished with Brother Sayyid from Emirates. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah, young reciter. تفضل.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
ما شاء الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا.
ما شاء الله.
قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا. صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khairan. I hated to interrupt you. I just waited so that inshallah we will do some alignment. Your recitation is so beautiful, but there is a few things inshallah which we'll learn due to what we studied before and inshallah in the future. For instance, when you recited the second verse, قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ, you did the idgham, but there was a ghunna, like one movement. There is not supposed to be any ghunna in this case because the tanween is followed with the lam. So you must say right away, قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ, قَيِّمًا لِيُنذِرَ. MashaAllah, your recitation is so beautiful. I would like for you to work on the articulation point of the letter ha and make sure it is distinguished from the letter ha. Wonderful. This is a very common mistake, especially for non-Arabic speakers. So you don't say hasana, you say ha, hasana. Okay, Sister Bushra from Kuwait, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please proceed on.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا. قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا. وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا.
Very beautiful, but notice that the dhal is muraqqaqa. It is not like the kha.
Okay.
So the kha is mufakhama, but do not sacrifice the dhal for the sake of the kha. قالوا اتخذ ذا not va. Okay.
قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا.
Now we need to work on the kha. قالوا التا muraqqaqa, kha mufakhama, then ذا. قالوا اتخذ.
Okay.
وينذر
ما لهم به من علم ولا لآبائهم كبرت كلمة تخرج من أفواههم إن يقولون يقولون إلا كذبا.
Beautiful, mashallah, jazakillahu khayran. Of course, when we have a good reciter, we have to be a little strict with him or with her to reach perfection. And inshallah azza wa jal, with consistency and trying to work out together always, we will reach perfection bifadlillahi azza wa jal. I understand that we promised to also study the tafsir of what we learn, its recitation, and the meaning of the ayat which we study. But it seems like we're always in a race with time. Time is zipping by very, very fast. So inshallah, hopefully next episode we will begin with learning the meaning of what we have already studied. But I would like to resume in the remaining 2 minutes with the ahkam which we said we'll find in the first 10 verses. If you can find any other idgham with ghunna or without ghunna.
Sheikh, in verse number 3, in case we will continue reading.
Excellent. The recitation of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had a special style that he used to stop by the end of every ayah.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not a must though, but this is his tradition, especially in the salah. But what if we connect the verses, like what you just suggested, in verse number 3, مَاكِثِينَ فِيهِ أَبَدًا.
Yeah.
By the way, when we stop, there is no tanween.
Yeah.
Remember what we suggested in the case of tanween, when we stop,
we remove the tanween.
The noon turns into, the tanween becomes mere sukun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sukun.
And in the case of the 2 fathas on the alif, then one of them becomes alif. So we'll say abada, abada, without the sound of the noon. What if we connect this verse to the following one? Oh well, the following immediately, the following letter is waw.
Yeah.
And the waw is one of the letters of the word yanmu. So it must generate idgham with ghunna. So how would you say it then?
ماكثين فيه أبدا وينذره.
Excellent. Abdullah, did you find any other example?
With the verse number 4, with the same thing.
Verse number 4?
If we connect the last
verse. وينذر الذين قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا ما لهم. Right? Okay. Because the tanween is followed by mim. Okay?
Which is one of the words.
But just remember,
yeah.
The sunnah is to stop by the end of every ayah, then pause, take a breath, then begin the new ayah. Unfortunately, I'm afraid we ran out of time, so I'd like to conclude this session by asking Allah the Almighty to accept this humble effort from all of us, to teach us what we don't know, and to help us to act upon what we have already learned. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Until next time, dear viewers, I leave you in peace. في رعاية الله وأمنه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.